Chapter 7. Robin, F this, I'm out! No, we're going to do this! For the sheltered alley where she was currently hiding, the young Nico Robin used her devil fruit ability to check if there was any marine presence out on the main street. For the year and a half she had been on the run, she quickly learned to use her Hana and Hana powers to the best ability. The ability to sprout extra eyes was useful when hiding out. The main street was very busy. The city was holding its annual Christmas fair, and there were bright lights and the smell of milled wine, and happy families eating warm chestnuts and singing carols. It made her heart ache. O'Hara was a still fresh wound, and she was all alone. For a young girl, only 8 years old, running all by herself, she wouldn't deny it was tough. But she was given a chance to live. She couldn't give up yet. The other children in the alley avoided her. A big city like that was filled with people living in the shadows. But she was new and different, and they were immediately suspicious of her. Not that she minded. As long as he didn't notice her wanted poster, it ratted her out when she could be safe for another day. Warmth from the back of the alley drew her attention, as he saw the young, impoverished children all shuffled eagerly towards a door, held open by a portly, elderly woman. Shrinking into the shadows, Robin thought she had remained hidden until a gentle voice caught her attention.
What about you, dear? Not hungry?
A weak hand clawed at her stomach as Robin pondered the question. The woman mistook her silence for confusion and elaborated.
Your first Christmas like this, huh? Well, I just can't stand all you children outside, cold and hungry, at a time of year like this. So I opened up my house for you lot to have some comfort and a warm meal. Nobody deserves to be alone in the cold on Christmas.
Robin didn't move. She had heard kind words like this before. All sum and mirrors to lull her into security. So she wouldn't notice when the Marines came knocking. She didn't want to run like that again. Not now. But all the other children went inside without a problem. The cheerful young voices approached, suggested they weren't the only ones aware of this woman's behavior. It felt so warm inside, even this far away. Slowly moving from the shadows, the demon girl shuffled towards the shelter. When she neared the young, caring lady, Robin heard a sharp intake of breath when the elder lady recognized her. Panicking, Robin tensed. As soon as she saw the fear and terror in the young girl's face, the young woman's fears relented. Maybe this girl did have a huge bounty on her head. Maybe she could get in trouble for harboring a fugitive. But she refused to believe that any girl that young could be that evil. She may be a kind old woman, but she knew a desperate child when she saw one.
Wait, it's Robin, right? I've seen your face on the posters. You don't need to run.
May said this woman was so brazen to amount outright she knew of her bounty. Robin balked and used the most threatening voice her young, tired body could form.
You're going to try turning me in? I won't let you catch me!
The woman chuckled, opening the door wider her to welcome her.
Though the money would be useful. I don't think my conscience will let me rest if I sent you to your death. If you don't cause me any trouble, I won't cause any for you. Now come on in. It's Christmas, and want it or not, I'm sure you want a nice bit of turkey and a warm chair to sleep in.
The woman retreated back into the house, leaving the door wide open for the fugitive to enter. And after staring in amazement for a few minutes, Robin tiptoed in and joined the meal already in progress. The other children, knowing no better, treated her as one of their own. And for one night, Robin got to act like a normal girl. From her persistence serving the table, the kind old woman knew giving a chance to the people is so in need of comfort like that poor child was the best gift of all. Oh, Robin.
Okay, all for a huggy, Robin. Raise your hoof!
Chapter 8. Frankie! We can do this! Only 2 more straw has to go!
My God, I don't think I can handle this once more. I'm breaking, girls!
Ian! Boom! Young Cutty Flam hunts over a scrap of paper, frantically drawing lines and muttering small explosives to himself. From his own position where he studied, Iceberg scoffed. What are you doing? And what are you doing, Bakayaki? Scowling at the nickname, the blue-haired boy's hair shot up. Shut up, Buckenberg! I'm making plans for the new Ultimate Battle Frankie machine! The older boy scowled, slamming the button shut. When are you going to stop building such stupid machines? They're going to hurt someone someday. You should focus on building proper ships, like Tom-san. The old fishman in question looked up from his designs, chuckling. I don't think Frankie will ever stop designing battleships, Iceberg. But as long as he creates some of the dawn, then I'm sure they will be excellent seafaring vessels. Frustrated at the so familiar conversation, Iceberg stood up and pointed accusingly at his younger companion. But, Tom-san, you know as well as I do, those ships are nothing but trouble. If Bakayaki spent more time studying proper ship mechanics from you, he could help us make some of the greatest ships that ever sailed the seas. Tom smiled at his apprentice, before his eyes shifted to his younger, more exuberant charge. True, the boy did waste his shipbuilding talents on machines, so full of firepower they explode on the first trip. But they are fantastic ships nonetheless. The shipbuilder knew both his boys would go far one day, even if they did need the occasional nudge in the right direction. Shifting off his large body off the stool, Tom waved his hand in greeting at the pair of arguing boys. I'm off to work. No one bother me for a while. For a few weeks after, Tom would frequently shut himself in the workshop and forbid either of his students from entering. When the pair complained, Kokoro would only laugh and point in the direction of the calendar, showing the countdown to Christmas. Soon, the boys would check it every day, waiting to see what Tom-san had produced. Christmas came around, and the makeshift family were in the depths of the workshop, enjoying the season privately. Tom-san was sitting on a large sofa, a new bottle of sake for Kokoro in one hand, expecting the high-quality ship tools his apprentice had bought for him. His mermaid assistant was happily clutching 3 bottles of wine and watching the younger 2 boys open their gifts. Young Frankie opened up the wrapping covering his box, as enthusiastic as ever to see what was inside. New hammer, maybe? Or a component for the next Battle Frankie. The box wasn't too large, and it rustled inside like something heavy was being protected. Frankie eased out the lid, and it immediately froze when he saw what was inside. Dropping the lid, he delicately reached down and withdrew the gift reverently. The Oro Jackson. A perfect replica of the Pirate King's ship, strong enough to sail the world. Scaled down to measure size. Frankie could see the mechanics making the rudder move as he shifted the wheel, saw the tiny pieces of rope that held up the rigging. Everything was there to the perfect detail. It was beautiful. The boy snapped out of his daze when a sow fell over him and his gift. His mentor stood behind him, grinning somewhat victoriously. This is what you get when you make things with a dawn. Maybe one day you could make a ship like that too. Smiling, Tom ruffled Frankie's hair and left the boy to play with his Christmas gift. Though he made so himself, Loren thought he gave one hell of a present to the boy. After all, what was a better gift than help? I'm just gonna pretend that as Frankie looks at that ship, there's a little picture of a lion.
You know, the next one's Brooke. Maybe we should break here to finish it all off with the review.
Oh yeah! I think we need that.